Leader. Hello. Thank you. I really like the careful output of each issue. I took careful notes today. I sent these 6 points to my son. It's our lobster at 6 o'clock. That's not mine. That's Professor Peterson's. I just gave him a second blow. He can't be seen in class now. Come home. I want to sit down with him and study and share seriously. This is not only meaningful for young people. It is equally meaningful to older people. Live to old age. Learn from old age. It is important to continuously improve awareness. Thank you for now. I wish you and your family a happy life. Let me add something to you. It was Professor Mori who wrote a book for male children. I forgot the title of the book. What if you read the title of the book? Everyone, please hit the barrage. That is, you can let your son read that book. Of course, his book is very effective for Western children. If your child is in China, then you just need to combine it with China's reality. But still very inspiring. For boys. Especially for the boy Professor Chenair. His education about male dragons and Professor Lobster's education of boys. Well, his accomplishments in papermaking are very deep. Why? I don't know if it's his boy or not. I don't know, I've been following Professor Peterson's show. Because my job has many parts that need to be applied. This is a parent who appreciates his insight and critical thinking. But I admire Lao Wang's interpretation even more. It's my second creation. Especially the story about my son. I smiled knowingly after hearing this. I am so lucky to have parents like Lao Wang and Professor Zhang. It is true that many Chinese parents will definitely suppress it. Said someone had already left a message to scold me. Well, say I encourage a future criminal. Many parents come to me for consultation. This is what traditional Chinese parents would think. Well, many parents come to me for consultation. It's all because of the children's problems. If the child is rebellious, even fierce confrontation. On the contrary, it is easier to deal with. This is a psychiatrist. Because the child's vitality is still there. It's just that parents don't know how to guide them. So he started to fight. Can they find a counselor who understands their language? They are willing to open their hearts and make adjustments. What bothers me the most is that it has completely lost its vitality. The child seems obedient and cooperative. But all their attacks are covert. Especially the tendency to self-mutilate and seek death. At this time, you will feel their deep learned helplessness. This is the responsibility of parents. It's very huge. You as everyone's father. As a mother. You didn't mean to make the child so bearish that he would listen to anything you said. In the end, I hurt myself every day. That thing is actually the problem of the parents. Well, it's not a child issue. The child has a blank sheet of paper and he has no problem. It's called learned insult. It's called learned world weariness and lying down. I'm basically helpless. Psychiatrists can't help. And parents often still hope that their children will be successful. For such parents, I will only say one thing. Can you not take any more medicine as long as he has the will to live? What's his future? Can you learn to keep him alive? Thank God for you. If parents cannot understand, not going to adjust myself. I can only give up. I will only silently pray for this child. I hope more parents will realize their children's vitality. Even rebellious. What a precious energy. Learn to cherish and be grateful. Ah. So you see this professional psychiatrist. His level of awareness is completely different. The reason why I cherish my son is to tolerate his behavior and even his mistakes. It's because I can see the fire in his heart. That's like the energy of Optimus Prime. Just like a little heart engine of Iron Man. Children have this thing. It is brought by the original ecology. You can't put it out for him. Chinese Confucian classics and rules. Good boy. Honor your parents. A dutiful son is not as good as a dutiful son. I raised you all for him. Your mother and I have worked so hard. For what? It was all just to hold you back and extinguish his fire. This is the scariest. Some children. You see, we have many children at home. The 2 girls in our family are very disciplined. Instead, I want to encourage them to break through themselves. Why? Don't be so obedient. You need to ignite that fire that you say is young. How old are you? Teenage? You just follow the rules. No more fire. You are so Canadian. What will you do when you get old? You must be fucking old when you're old. Depression. Why is there so much depression in Canada? Isn't that because this society is too lifeless? Japan is like Japan. Why do so many people commit suicide? You can't let your children grow up in rules and regulations. There is no more fire in my heart. Look at the United States. Come to Texas and have a look. Come to California to have a look. Check it out in Hawaii. You see, old men and women in the United States, even Seattle, which is as soiled as Vancouver. What about the foreigners in Seattle? That spirit. That kind of work. When Christmas comes, I have no money to go to Las Vegas. Drive there and take a small plane. Then Vancouver will feel flat on its stomach. I'm fucking sleeping at home. You are the fire in this body and heart. There are Americans. Americans are better at this than Canadians. Sometimes it looks stupid, but isn't this a kind of energy that you should fucking cherish? All right. I really sympathize with Brother Lao Wang's values. Professor JP is the lobster professor. Peter's son. Professor JP used to study gender. I have always watched. He has great insights into male growth. Well, he has a book for young men. This audience also said this. Everyone, remember to watch it. Remember to like and follow.